Wow, I haven't been on here in a hot sec and I look like a mess, but that's totally fine. Right now I'm in my car. I'm gonna go to visit a studio to see what the vibe is there. I had a friend that actually was in this art studio, but it was a bit too expensive when I last checked it out because their availabilities were only for the larger spaces. I am looking for a little smaller moment. I just need some wall space to do some like large scale paintings. I'm gonna tour the space right now, and I heard from a little birdie that there are some openings in the smaller spaces finally, so we're gonna see what it is. I've met the studio manager before and he's so sweet. A bit intense, but sweet. I also had a studio visit with a little gallery person today and it went super well. I feel like I would have been nervous in the past, but this gallery has been so sweet to me. Also, I feel like I have just lowered my expectations for anything coming of studio visits, so now I'm just a more chill person because I have experience talking about my work more. Not that I have so much experience like babes. I don't have like all that under my belt. The difference in confidence you feel between your first studio visit and your 10th studio visit talking about your work is so much greater than the difference between your 10th studio visit and like your 50th studio visit in my brain, because of course at a certain point like you just get into the routine of it. Also, they bought me a coffee. Hello, I'm obsessed with that. So that's the vibe. I'm gonna head over now, see what's up in this space, and fingers crossed I can get it locked down.
Yeah, I just asked people for a month commitment.
Hello?
Come on in, how are you?
Oh my god.
Wait, is it on?
You guys introduce yourself.
Hey vlog. What's up guys? I'm Clarice. Welcome to my studio. My work right now is shifting into this weird world where I'm starting to use see-through material instead of canvas. So starting to use stuff like silk screen or like 100% rayon. And kind of like starting to layer stuff together and like maybe cutting stuff out. So the paintings are starting to become more like three-dimensional or like sculptural in some way. So that's like a fun thing, but it's kind of scary to like shift your practice in that way. You know, I don't know where they're going, but it's fun.
And then which residencies did you just finish up?
I just finished the Torrance Art Museum and the Arts at Blue Roof residency. That just got taken down and now I'm back in my old studio, which was subletted for a while I was doing those residencies. So it's nice to start over and be back in my old space. It's like so fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And y'all might see Clarice on our podcast soon.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, most of my finished work is in a storage unit. So this is all just like in progress works in the studio.
Most recent stuff.
Yeah. Blue and black, just like Japanese paper. This one's a basic one too, but this one's my most crazy kind of discovery. Or on top, I don't know.
Do you have a different color?
I think like something to ground it, like maybe like emphasize the horizon line or something like that. Just adding more material and like layer.
But I just like on paper, like basically just paint on paper.
Hello everyone, we did a big studio day today. I finished up this green painting, which was nice. I tried to start a new painting and it looks god-awful. Oh my god, I tried a different rendering style by like loading my brush better, but shit did not work out. No. I realized that my palettes are actually so disgusting, and if your palettes look like shit, apparently according to Jenny Saville, your paintings will look like shit. Allegedly. And I realized that my palettes, they look bad. They look very bad, and that's probably why this painting turned out awful. I also started a couple drawings that I actually really vibe with. I really love these like phallic ivy sprouts that are coming off the page with these like tiles in the back. I'm obsessed with that shape. I don't know why it has like a hold on me, but ever since I saw it online, I've been like thinking about it literally every single day. Maybe it reminds me of a clover, but also like religious architecture. And I love how like the phallic ivy kind of penetrates all of it and breaks the picture plane a tad. After doing this most recent green painting, I realized that I don't like how I paint. I'm quite bored with it, honestly. I realized that I want to do more figurative work, and I was very, very against doing figurative work for a while because I thought that everyone is doing it, and so I was like, oh, I can't do that because I need to be different and blah 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 blah. But I genuinely think that if I'm painting myself like babes, obviously I have to paint the figure. I try to get around it in certain different ways, but I keep going back to it. It's not like I'm upset at the painting. I don't think it's a bad painting, but I just don't think it's the direction I want to go in anymore. All of that being said, moving into the studio has been really great so far. It's been about 5 days, and it's been really awesome to just move into the space, absorb the light, the white walls. Definitely a change from the last space, which I'm really happy about. The studio manager was like, if you get paint on the floors, like it does not matter, like make it as dirty as you want. Be respectful, obviously, like given, babe. That's a given. But yeah, it's just very nice. Over the weekend, I did celebrate Halloween for a hot sec. What did I do? Oh, I went to like my friend's little house party. She was cute, but I dressed up as this dude from Fight Club. I've never watched Fight Club in my damn life. I just looked up literally easy costumes and just threw something on. I don't even have a picture of myself in it, but I'll throw up a picture of like what I referenced. And then the next day, I literally got my ass to celebrate Dia de los Muertos with my friend Thomas. I again dressed up in a suit. She was cute. She was a good vibe. I've not gotten that drunk in so long. I was just doing some jello shots, and I don't even like jello shots. Like, babe, I don't know what I was doing. Sometimes people just hand you things and then you just do it. Would not recommend. Please be safe. And that happened, and then the next day I went to my friends to film a little drag podcast. I met them at school and we did the drag show together, and it's called the Dis Bish podcast, and I'm gonna be their Thanksgiving episode. Yes, they're on top of it, filming early and stuff, which is amazing. Duh. This was a sneak peek of like the makeup that I had. The theme was like drunk aunt, and you can take that however which direction you wanted, but I was imagining an aunt that got drunk in Hawaii, babe. Hawaii or Florida, and just had like a really bad sunburn. Like, that was my vibe. They are some of the most witty, sassy people I know. There's a lot of solidarity amongst all the jokes, and the solidarity comes from all of us being Korean American, experiencing the diaspora, some of us knowing the language, some of us not knowing the language, most of us having grown up religious and also queer, of course, and doing drag. Like, there were so many just common experiences that we had, but also totally different points in the spectrum of what the Korean diaspora could look like, because I'm third generation. A lot of them are like first, I think, or second. We actually filmed for 2.5 hours, but I think it'll get cut down. I hope I don't look stupid. With this and with y'all, I have some control, but with them, no. All that's out the window, babe. Right now, I think I'm gonna go home. It's about 11 p.m. and probably pick up some cereal from Ralph's. I'm hungry. Oh yeah, also I got a new phone. I have not gotten a new phone in a hot sec, and my other one's like breaking. My 0.5 lens privileges, babe, she got revoked. I dropped my phone like one time, and then all of a sudden it said, camera is not recognized as Apple camera. You cannot use 0.5. And I'm like, y'all are crazy. Like, I can use every other lens, but y'all just don't want me to have the 0.5. Like, that is literally homophobic to take away that fisheye lens from me. Hello. Anyways, that was like one of like the many problems that I had with that past phone, but now I have this new one. It literally broke my bank account, and when I say it actually broke my bank account, like, I'm not kidding. Like, I literally overdrafted. I do have savings and stuff. Like, y'all, do not chill. Also, I'm not gonna pretend to have less than I do, babe. Like, I'm chilling. I did overdraft my checking account though. We don't want to talk about that. We do not want to talk about that, babe. I hope my credit score is like still vibing. I used to be like interested in being money smart. All that went out the window. I just assumed that as an artist you don't have to give a fuck about money, when, babe, like, you kind of have to give a fuck about money at all times in this damn capitalistic society. Time to go to bed, y'all. I just finished up at the grocery store. No, oh my god, the art store. My brain. Like, low-key, on the low, actual low, dementia runs in my family. Not that all has to do with me right now, but it could be. It makes me think sometimes. I just don't remember stuff, and I'm like, I think I'm just tired. Oh my gosh, I think I'm just tired. I'm wearing my I Heart Hawaii shirt, of course, right now. I wear ironically. Duh. Dadoy. I just spent $150 at the art store. However, it was less than I was expecting because I bought 6 yards of fully primed canvas that's about 60 inches tall. That is a lot of canvas to work with. And I also bought some oil ground, and I was expecting it to be around $180, but they had a really good deal on this one thinner canvas, so a bit less quality but still great. That was only $70, and I was like, babe, let me grab her up. Let me snatch her right up and put it in my shopping cart. So I got that along with some oil ground. My paintings have been not good. Not good, babe. Not a vibe. And it's because I just do not know how to work with the surfaces I'm on right now. With how I want to paint in the future, everything has to be smooth. And so I tried gessoing it a couple times to get that smooth surface that I want to work on, but I just couldn't achieve it at the quality I wanted. If I did go through the process like 5 more times with 5 layers of gesso, 5 rounds of sanding, I could probably get to it, but oil ground will just help me have a nicer, smoother surface to work on. So I'm excited to try that out. And I got a couple palette knives to be able to spread the oil ground. Again, have never used it. This is the first time for everyone. My oil ground virginity is being taken today. As for my hair, I like how my hair is growing out, but I want to chop it all off. I literally miss feeling the wind on my head, but now I don't feel anything. Time to go to the stew. Space. I think it's about 250 square feet. Really great size. As you can see, there are open ceilings, so it's not private, but I still have my own door, and that's good enough for me. There is this nice window, but you can't actually open this door at all. If I want to take it out, I'd have to like rip off the whole glass. My oil paint collection is crazy, y'all. I didn't realize how much stuff I had until I actually moved out, and so many of this is actually gifts from other people. And by gifts, I mean people were just moving out of their own studios and didn't want these paints anymore, so I just took it from them. But like so grateful that they literally thought of me. And again, that's not where it ends. I have this whole collection of oil paints, some really nice pastels that I've used on my paintings for accents. And I also have a ton of oil paints in this little ladder pocket. I don't even know which colors they are, to be honest, because literally they're so dirty. They're so dirty. But we're just gonna ignore that. I cleaned my brushes yesterday, so that's brush cleaner, my stapler, towel, oil ground, palette knives, etc. And this thing is just like cut out. I made to make this shape. I can show you like my Figma layers when I get to the cafe, but I've been really obsessed with this shape, and that's supposed to be a little butt. A butt taken from Reng Hong reference photos, and then coupled with some of my own / invented spaces. And this is the first time I'm doing this, but I'm gonna make it a 1-to-1, so I did a whole sketch that's gonna be the exact same size as the painting, so I can reference it as I go along. I was gonna try to invest in like a printer so that I could actually have these references on the actual wall with the photos, but babe, I don't have a printer yet, so I'm gonna have to settle for these sketches. Funny story, I'm back on the couch. I'm back on the couch, and this probably looks very familiar because this is where I shot last night, question mark. The election happened last night. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm not even talking about it. But I'm talking about it. Just a little side note, I'm very curious. Do y'all think that I should start a little podcast? I have some friends that I would really love to talk to, and I think the concept of it would just be like Little Big Giants or Little Giants. Something along those lines, or Artifice. Not sure yet what it's going to be called, but the concept is that basically everyone takes everyone in the art world so serious, and there's a lot of like hierarchy, of course, duh. It builds a whole myth around people, and it props them up on this huge pedestal, but then the interview would be super low-key and just ask different like personal questions or funny like embarrassing stories that they have to just humanize them a bit more after going through their entire like CV and accolades and talking about what they have accomplished for a very brief period of time, but then focusing really on just like the more human aspects, and just like a counter to Art21 videos that just really, I don't know, make everyone seem like they're a genius. Like I don't really know if I believe in the individual genius, and it would be very community oriented. When I keep thinking about like the power of art, especially now, I said in the last video that I think it can show people different possibilities and open people up to be more imaginative about a future where we are all like liberated and celebrated and valued people. But I also think art is really great for community building, of course, and community building in the sense that it plants a seed for future connection. And so me trapped in my studio like painting, not really sure how to build that community or find that community in ways that seem accessible or appealing to me. I think this podcast could be like a start to entering that community. I tried to do that with Art Talk Collective, which was such a flop last year. It was going well, but I just lost all motivation for it because during school it just got so hectic with me trying to do this stuff, finish strong and graduate and run an art collective. Like that was just too much. And so I think the stick figure project that we did, if you don't know, was a 72-hour open call in which every single person would be published on the website as long as you submitted a stick figure, to show that everyone can make art, and people's idea of a stick figure, even though it is very iconic, would be different. Like everyone has a unique hand, even if they draw the same thing. So that was successful, I think, in actually bringing people together for a hot sec. But then this whole character turnaround sequence that I was trying to do was just too complicated, and I just gave up on it. Like that's just the hard truth, I just gave up on it. So I'm trying to bring it back, maybe, not too sure, but my mind is all over the place with just community and art and community. So I thought the podcast would be a cool start, but also don't want to start something and not finish it. So maybe I'll make it like I'll do 10. That'll be my goal. I'll just do 10 episodes and then just chill out. Maybe 5. 5's a good start. I actually had to go back to the store yesterday and return the little $70 canvas roll that I got. Y'all know I was like, oh my god, this is such a steal. I'm loving it. McDonald's and shit. But actually, there was a reason why it was so cheap. There was a reason why it was on sale, and it's because the canvas was so thin. And when I took it out of the plastic and felt it, I was like, maybe I could work with it. But as soon as I rolled it out on the ground, it was too thin. I think it was 8 ounces in total with the primed layer. So that means the canvas quality was actually probably even less than that. I went back to the store and I got the expensive canvas, which is like $175-ish for 6 yards of 60-inch canvas, which for some people could be a steal. And I know some friends that pay like literally over $1,000 for linen, but it's a lot for me. Hopefully though, I can squeeze a couple really good paintings out of it. To be determined. I thought I could come into the paint studio today and just start painting because I oil ground this about like 12 hours ago, but I just felt it and she's wet. She's still wet. So can't do that. And I think that is a sign for me to edit this damn video and to post it. So thank y'all so much for watching this little studio vlog adjacent thing. I hope y'all like this video. If you like the video, like the video. If you have fun, comment, critique, or share, comment down below. And if you like me, my art, want to follow my journey as an artist in LA, you can subscribe. I think that's the end of the video, y'all. That's the end of the video.